Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. My name is Josh Lilquist. Today is Wednesday, July 19th, and today we got a pre-market open here. It's about 8:26 a.m. Central Time here, and the market's going to be opening up in about 4 minutes. So we're gonna kind of monitor this live as we get into the show here today. But today we're going to talk about some earnings. Looks like there's already been 28 earnings reports before the open here today. There'll be 38 after close, so we'll have 66 companies reporting earnings here today. So this it's a big day, really a lot for the banking sector. I mean, you look at some of the headlines here today. Goldman Sachs is misses earnings target on the day, and we'll look at that real quick. Where is that at here? So looking at Goldman Sachs, and they're going to open just down about 27 cents. So not much of a big deal there with Goldman Sachs as we get into the open here prior to. We'll look at the S&P 500 as always, the Nasdaq, the Dow. Yesterday was a strong day for the market. Disney had a good day. A couple big movers yesterday with Schwab. This whole banking crisis in Schwab, and they had with crypto and stuff like that, and just over the past few months here, there's been a lot of volatility with some of these. We actually gave it some pretty juicy premium on for options back in May, but Schwab here yesterday up 12.5%, about $7 on the day, and actually still showing strength. It's going to be opening up right around 67.50 area, so another gap up on the day. So Schwab really just showing some major strength on last couple days here. Looking at Canva company or Carvana company, this one here is also a big mover. I mean, just completely blowing it out of the water here today, gapping up again. I mean, really, this stock, it's the ticker symbol CVNA, from December, actually from the end of the year, beginning of the year, going to be opening up here today at about $54 per share, up 1,500% on the lows. This is one of those stocks where you say, I wish I would have, I could have, and all that stuff. So Carvana continuing to show some strength here as we get into the open. It's going to be gapping up from 39.80 to 54. I was looking at the earnings calendar here this morning. I believe they reported this morning, and that's probably why. So something interesting with that. Where did it go? Carvana. I know I saw them on here. So Carvana, they're going to be beating earnings by 52%, a surprise of 52%. But something to note here, their growth is going to be down 23.6%. So we'll see what happens there moving forward. But a big day with Carvana. The ticker symbol CRVN or CVNA. Major move. I've been looking at this for a couple weeks here, and I'm just like, man, can it continue to keep going up? Well, yes, it can. So that's Carvana. 8:29. Market's going to open up here shortly. We might even hear a bell here as the market opens up here. But let's look at some other movers. Let's go back to the earnings calendar. Market's open now. So we'll see what happens here as markets start moving. But let's look at the calendar here. So we've had a few different banks. Goldman Sachs, U.S. Bank reported. They were surprised, down 0.9%. Ally Bank, 2.1%. Let's just click and see what they have to say. Yeah. No big deal. Let's see who else has reported here today that's notable. Activision Blizzard. Let's go look at that stock. That one's been in the news a lot. Activision Blizzard, ticker symbol is... Where is it? Got it here somewhere. Looks like I have to type it in. It's a ticker symbol ATVI. So Activision Blizzard, ATVI. I knew that was on my hot list. So that one blowing earnings out of the water as well. Gapping up from $39 to $52. So that earnings report up 21.8% on a surprise. First Community Corp, FCCO up 13% on their surprise. SKFRY, I don't even know what that is. That's up 24% as a surprise. So we're seeing some big. There's gonna be some big moves in the market here today on earnings. Let's see if we can see the after the close. We'll look at that later. All right. Let's take a peek at a heat map on the day since the market is open. Lots and lots of green out there today. So, NVIDIA, everything up big time. So it's going to be a pretty strong day. Let's look at the S&P 500. S&P's SPY currently at 455.77, up about 0.35% of the day, which is about $1.60. I was just doing some percentages here, and pretty interesting. So the market, obviously from 2022 down to the lows, down about 27%. Now up about 28% from the lows, 30%. So we're only about 4% from all-time highs. So this market just keeps on chugging along. So we'll see what happens here as market gets to the near to the all-time high. But this could test all-time highs here coming up shortly potentially. So we'll continue to monitor that. But some major strength in the market. We'll see what happens with the interest rate. I think there was a 92 or 96% chance they're going to raise rates again. So we'll see if they continue that or they slow that down and how that impacts the markets moving forward. So that was S&P 500. The Dow is currently at 351.38. This is the Dow ETF, which is only off 4.6% off the highs. And the NASDAQ, we're looking at the QQQ. This one as well, only off about roughly around 4% from the highs. So markets are chugging along back. Gold, not much of a mover today, but this one also gaps up. Nope, actually it opened right around the close of yesterday. So at about 183.65. Let's just look at the spot price for giggles rather than looking at the ETF spot price. 1977.78. Yesterday was a pretty big day for gold, going from 1954 to 1977. So a big day for gold yesterday. Silver currently at 25.11, up ever so slightly on the day. The crypto market still in that zone. We drew a box here for our YouTube viewers that's in a supply zone, testing that same supply zone, but still in that little range from 31,000 down to 29.5. So this market is continuing to just be confused a little bit. They're probably people are probably waiting to see what happens with the ETFs that they're trying to create. I thought there was some news yesterday that they were going to approve it, but you would have saw probably a bigger move in Bitcoin if that was the case. Disney looking good on the day. We talked about some cash secured puts on Disney the other day. Let's look at AMC since we've been monitoring that put position for a while. AMC currently up on the day about 6 cents, which is actually 1%. It's a dog of a stock anyway. So both Disney and AMC options looking good. But as you know, you got to keep your stop losses on, your targets on, and it'll do what it does. As long as you have your proper risk management in there, just let it work for you. Now, Target, I want to look at the premium on Target. So Target has been pretty sideways here from mid-May up until now. Now, the volatility is still low on Target, so probably not giving a whole lot of premium, but it is, it's been down in that area we've been monitoring, but we really would like to see this Target Corp, TGT, get down to the $110 mark to be able to get into this position. There, a little slight supply or demand zone down around 123, but pretty sloppy. I like it a little bit lower, so I'm hoping Target continues to drop here, and we might see some opportunities with Target. Let's just peek at the premium and see if it's given anything for cash secured puts. Volatility is still low. Let's see, the 110s, I think we were 107 to 101. Premium on these, 30-day. No, not giving much. About 115 is where you can get about 1%. Spread's about 8 cents, so not the end of the world. But 115, I'm not too excited about 115. Although price would need to drop another. Let's see. Price would need to drop another 12% to get to 115. So, it might be an opportunity to take a stab at, but I'm not too keen on that premium there. So, but I do see Target it's been sitting here sideways for the past month and a half. So, might be an opportunity there, but as you know, there's no recommendations in this show. This is just strictly for entertainment. So. Take it as it is. Disney up $1 on the day, so Disney's showing some good strength here today, up about 1%, 86.94. We talked about Goldman Sachs already. Bank of America up 4 cents on the day. Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. High in the Bollinger Band. We have a supply zone roughly around the $34 area. So, really in wait-and-see mode for that. Some new headlines come out. Let's see what they are. Dow looks to run win streak to 8 as U.S. stock indexes open at 15-month highs. So that is going to bring the public to see good news and reacting after that. So we might see a little continuation with this market to move up. But I don't really see any major supply zones in the major markets, so that we'll just monitor that and continue. And might want to look at smaller charts. We are still in that supplies. No, we pierced through that supply zone, the S&P 500. So this really it's blue sky here. There is a high at 463.23 that'll have to get through, but this here could see blue sky for quite some time, especially if the dollar continues to drop. The dollar is up on the day, so the stock market might be lagging a little bit on that. So with that dollar showing some strength here, we might start to see a little bit of weakness in the stock market moving forward. But we'll continue to monitor that. So we peeked at a few things. Well, a lot more earnings coming up here. Today we had 56 earnings on the calendar. Tomorrow there will be 97, 52 before the open, 45 after the close. Friday will be a slower day. There's only going to be 14 before the open, and then especially next Tuesday, big day next Tuesday with well over 100. Looks like 109. Verizon, General Motors, GM, 3M, Spotify, GE. So some big companies reporting on was it Monday? On Tuesday of next week. So we're going to start to see some, with earnings season happening here, we're going to start to see some volatility, especially with the stock market. So look at some options. There might be some opportunities with options there as we move forward. But as always, take your profits when they are given to you. Protect your losses, keeping them small. And until next time, retire young, my friends.